Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another reading of Lila and Hadley. My name is Mrs. Bearden, and I'm a librarian for St. Tammany Parish Schools. Today, we're going to start Chapter 16. So, is Shelby your new best friend now? Joey asks. It's a couple days later, and he, Maya, and I are all on a three-way video call. It's the first time I've heard their voices since I left Tennessee, and I don't think I realized just how much I miss them. Y'all are still my best friends, I say. I only just met Shelby. She's nice, though. And you said she has a pool, Maya chimes in. No offense, Joey, but I'd be your best friend, too. It's so hot. I wish I had a pool. Yeah. In fact, I gotta go in a few minutes. I told her I'd meet her there at 1 o'clock so we can go swimming. Just promise you ain't gonna start liking her more than us and go ages without talking to us again. All right, Joey says. Maya goes quiet. Slowly, I sit down on my bed, holding my phone in front of my face so they can see me. The sadness in Joey's face when he says that twists my gut. I'd explained over text the other day the truth about Mama and apologized for lying about it to them. I told them I'd only been avoiding them because I didn't want to talk about it and had felt embarrassed, and that I'd been sad not to be there with them. They'd been real understanding. They barely even commented on Mama's actions at all, just asked how I was doing with it all, which was a relief. But now I can see I'd hurt their feelings a lot, too. Even Maya, though she ain't saying anything, looks away from the camera. Y'all, I say quietly, I promise I ain't gonna do that again. I'm sorry I did it to begin with. Well, we thought you'd found people you like more than us or something, that you didn't like us much anymore, Joey says, that you didn't want to bother talking to us now that you'd moved. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't about either of you. It wasn't that I liked anyone better or y'all any less. Things have been hard. We know, Maya says, but Hadley, we're your best friends. We want to be there to help when things are hard. I decide I ain't going to tell them there's nothing they could have done. That won't make them feel any better right now. So instead I just say, thank you. I'll remember that for next time. Well, hopefully there won't be a next time, Joey says. It sounds like between your dog and the friend with the pool, Kentucky ain't half that bad. She ain't my dog, I say, but she's all right. I look over at Lila, who's lying by my bedroom door next to the bag that I have packed for my pool day at Shelby's house. I think she knows I'm going somewhere and making it real clear I ain't leaving without her. I ain't really a dog person, but she's a good one. We're just glad to have you back, Maya said. We missed you. It's going to be weird starting school without you. Yeah, I've been trying not to think too hard about that, about what it'll be like going to school without them in a place where I don't know anyone but Shelby, and on top of that, with my new cane. I ain't ready to deal with it yet. Right then there's a knock on my bedroom door. Hadley, Mrs. McGraw calls. One of those house flipping shows is on. Do you want to come watch it with me? I can't, I call through the door. I gotta go meet Shelby at 1. We're gonna go swimming at her house. Ooh, I know Shelby. She's a nice girl. Real nice. This ain't surprising. Everybody knows everybody in a small town like this. But you better be going then. It's nearly 1 o'clock now. I know. Is that your babysitter, Maya asks? Kinda, I guess. I don't need a babysitter, but Beth won't listen. Mrs. McGraw's okay, though, sometimes. Have fun with Shelby, Joey says. I know I sounded kind of jealous before, but I do hope you make new friends. Thanks, Joey. I say goodbye to them both and promise I'll call them again soon. Maya suggests we make a schedule where I got to talk to them for an hour, at least once a week, and then text the rest of the time. She's like organizing stuff like that. She even has a calculator on the fridge at home with a list of all her after-school activities and the times of all of them. Joey likes to say she schedules in her fun. Maya says, that ain't a bad thing. I miss them both. Once I hang up, I grab my bag, my cane, and Lila's leash. She's getting her wish. And the two of us head out of the house toward the dog park, where Shelby said she'd meet us. I ain't seen her since we exchanged numbers a couple days ago, but she's called and texted a few times, and yesterday she said we ought to go swimming at her house. I feel a bit nervous about it, going to her house when I don't know her real well. But Beth says she knows Shelley's parents and that it's okay. And who am I to turn down the chance to swim in this heat? Besides, Shelby does seem nice. Maybe it won't hurt to have one friend in this town. Hadley, she calls out when Lila and I round the corner near the dog park. Over here. At her side, Pilot lets out a friendly bark like he's greeting us too. I'm so glad you're coming over, Shelby says once Lila and I reach her. It'll be nice to have some company. Plus, it's so hot. Ugh, I hate it. And so does Pilot. He's got too much fur for this weather. Pilot don't seem to be bothered by it right now, though. He's tugging on his leash, hopping all over Lila and me, excited to see us. Lila just sort of lets him. She don't seem quite as happy to see him and Shelby, but she doesn't whine or hide behind me either, so that's something. Thanks for inviting me, I say. That's really nice of you. Of course, Shelby says. I'm so happy you could bring Lila. She and Pilot can play in the yard while we swim. We've got a fence around the backyard, so they'll be all right. And my brothers have summer school, so they won't be around to bother us. Shelby's house is just a block from the dog park in the opposite direction of Beth's. She opens the gate and leads us all inside. Take off your shoes if you don't mind, she says, slipping off her own sandals. And you can take Lila's leash off. Does she like toys? Pilot has a lot of toys. She can play with them if she wants. Sure enough, Lila's leash ain't off for 5 seconds before she's found Pilot's tug rope, and the two of them start a game of tug of war in Shelby's living room. It's the friendliest I've seen her be with anyone but me so far. I guess her shyness is overcome by the promise of a good game. Shelby points me in the direction of her bathroom so I can change into my bathing suit. When I'm done changing and putting on the sunblock I grabbed from Beth's bathroom, I make my way back to her living room, using my cane to be careful not to run into anything. She's waiting for me there, wearing a bright yellow swimsuit and glasses. Ready to go out to the pool? She asks, but she opens the back door before I can even answer and calls out, Daddy, Hadley, and Lila are here. I follow her outside. Pilot and Lila are close behind me, and Lila's still got the tug rope hanging from her mouth. A man, Shelby's dad, I guess, is sitting on the pool deck in a lawn chair. When I get closer, I can see that he's wearing a ball cap, and he's got a laptop on his knees. You must be Hadley, he says. Nice to meet you. I'm Shelby's dad. Beth's your sister, right? I nod. She's a good one. We love having her in the neighborhood. She's trained several people's dogs around here. Been thinking of contacting her for some help with Pilot. I can train Pilot, Daddy, Shelby protests. I'm sure you can. The question is, can you do it before Pilot digs up the rest of your mama's garden? He replies. Shelby lets out an indignant huff. We're going to go swimming, okay? That's fine, her dad says. I'll be right here if you need me. Just working on lesson plans. Daddy's a teacher at the high school, Shelby says, as we walk to the edge of the pool. So he's got the summer off like we do. Oh, I say. And then, cannonball! Before I can blink, Shelby has taken about 3 steps back and then sprinted to the edge of the pool, leaping in. Water sprays up onto the deck, splashing me real good in the process. A second later, Shelby surfaces with a laugh. Oh, man, it's cold, she said. Should have got in more slowly. My first instinct is to be irritated about being splashed, but I managed to shake it off. Shelby's been nothing but nice to me so far, and I'm going to get wet anyways. I don't want to get upset all the time. I do climb down the ladder slowly, though, because the water is pretty cool. Once Shelby's gotten used to the water, she starts swimming in circles around me, diving and doing flips beneath the water. She's kind of a show-off, I realize. Me, on the other hand, I mostly just hang out in the middle of the pool, happy enough to float for a bit. Shelby's asked me a ton of questions, but not the ones I expect her to. Nothing about my cane or why I live with Beth. Instead, she wants to know about my old school, about Tennessee, about my friends back home. I tell her about Joey and Maya and how jealous they are that she has a pool. Then I figure it's my turn to ask questions. What about your friends, I ask. My friends? Oh, let's see. Well, my two best friends are Kate and Cassie. They're twins, but they spend the summer with their grandparents in Georgia, so I ain't seen them in a bit. In person, at least, we'll get on video calls sometimes, but mostly we just text and send each other funny videos we find online. So you ain't seen them all summer? Nope, Shelby says, and for the first time, I hear a touch of sadness in her voice. And I miss them a lot, too. But that's one reason I was so excited to finally get to talk to you the other day. I was kind of hoping to make a new friend. Summers around here get awful lonely, you know? Well, I guess I'm glad we got to meet then. I say, it sounds awkward coming out of my mouth, but Shelby don't seem to notice. Me too, she says, and when school starts, you'll get to meet Kate and Cassie. Maybe you can join the middle school book club with us. I promise you'll like them. They don't have any dogs. Their mom's allergic. They'll be so jealous of you getting to have Lila. Aren't they jealous of Pilot then too? Not really. I think Pilot is, well, a little bit too much for them to handle. And as if on cue, I hear Shelby's dad holler, "Pilot, no!" as Pilot bounds up the deck and then, without hesitation, leaps into the swimming pool with Shelby and me. We both squeal and move away as the fluffy black German Shepherd surfaces and begins paddling around. "Dang it, Pilot," Shelby says, "you know you ain't supposed to get in the pool." I struggle not to laugh as I say, "I think this might be why your daddy wants to call my sister." "Maybe, but I can do it on my own. I know how to—" "Oh no, here comes Lila." "Huh?" I turn around and see Lila standing at the edge of the pool. She's watching us, Shelby, Pilot, and me, like she's debating what to do. I know I ought to tell her no, keep her from jumping in like Pilot has, but I'm curious to see what she'll do. She looks directly at me, then, with only a second's pause, leaps into the water. Pilot barks like he's showing his approval as he swims towards her. "We're going to have to clean the pool again after this," Shelby whines. But then she starts laughing, and so do I. The dogs swim around us, splashing and playing. Lila even lets Shelby pet her for a minute before she paddles away after Pilot. It's the most fun I've seen Lila have since I've known her. It's the most fun I've had since I've known her. When we're done, we got to get Shelby's daddy's help pulling the dogs out since they can't climb up the ladder. And Shelby complains again about how dirty the pool is and how she's got to clean it now. But I think it is worth it. Well, thanks again for listening as we read Chapter 16 of Lila and Hadley. And don't forget, keep learning and keep reading.